Yeah, Bujo. So we are record the top form podcast. You know
Check. Yep.
Right. You know what I mean?
Let me get
This
comfortable.
guy. So what's been happening, right? You know, this podcast, right? So what we're looking to achieve from this, it's a conversation, right?
Yep.
Just like it's a two bridging a check-in, right?
Yep.
Checking in, see what's been happening, right?
See.
We're gonna talk about because I know you work in the fitness industry. We work in the fitness industry. We want to for you to showcase your knowledge, right? What you learned so far, right? It's going to be like more like a journey. Cause life is a journey.
Got you.
Right? Cause we have known each other now for years, right? We fell apart for a bit, right? But now we are back in touch, right? So we both been on journey, right?
Yep.
So this conversation we're going to look for talk about where you've been and where you're heading. Right, and the steps and the process, and both from physical, spiritual, mental, right? What it takes to get to where. So introduce yourself, right?
So yeah, my name is Greven Harris. PT. I would call myself a coach, to be honest. I've been a coach for
everybody a PT.
6 years. You know what I mean? 6 years. It's been a journey. We started back in 2018, then. Obviously, COVID came, you know what I mean? COVID came and locked the place down. At the time, I wouldn't say it was such a pivotal point, you know, because I was just learning, just starting out. Then COVID came and, you know, I had to start all over again, restructure. But ever since then, you know, I kept developing, kept working with people over the years, different people, you know, people, injuries, different background, different age, different gender, you know, so I think it developed me as a coach itself. But yeah, I've been a PT for 6 years, and I'm still doing it. I still love it.
Time flies. But like I said, right? Like I said, so we understand what the bujo, what we know are the Graven, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, PT, please chain with me. You know what I mean? I hate that term. I'm getting to hate that term nowadays because everybody's on social media. I'm a PT, please chain with me.
Yes.
But anyway, when I first we get in touch like myself. You moved from Jamaica, right?
Yeah.
And somebody said, hey, I know this Jamaican and he's really homesick, you know? So I didn't know you were in Jamaica, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, like, then you were working in a call center, right? Which that's like for everybody, like, so you have your job, right?
Yeah, man.
And you figure out, like, and you weren't enjoying it. What really spurred the change of mind? What were you thinking?
So the thing is, bro, you know, I'm always into fitness now. Starting from back in the days, I was a footballer, you know, and separate and apart from football, you know, I done every sports, track and field, you know what I mean. So I'm from a sporting background family, athletic family. You know, my dad used to play football, my mom used to support me a lot, you know. So it's always in the back of my head, you know, I wanted to do something in sports. But you know what it's like, you know, we change countries, change culture. We have to get integrated in the system.
Yeah.
And, you know, starting a call center, that was the best way for me to integrate. You know what I mean? Know people, get the chance to speak to different cultures as well. But we quickly find out that it's not my thing. You know what I mean? Working in a call center is not my thing at all.
What was it like? What was that experience like? What was that like?
Working in a call center?
Yeah. What was that like?
I tell people this, right? I tell people if you work in a call center, you can work in Iraq easy. You're working in Iraq, you can easy. You know what I mean? So, yeah, well, to be totally honest with you, bro, it developed me on a fanatic background where, you know, I can balance how I speak. Because, you know, me a Jamaican, so me can turn off my Jamaican, turn it on. So me can, you know, intellectually, me can speak to people in different languages, different levels. I wouldn't say different languages, but different levels where I'm not one-dimensional. So it helped me in that way, but it just wasn't for me, man.
So for, in terms of like, so we're gonna look at it from a mindset, right? Because everybody look to get that comfortable job, and being as a personal trainer, while other people don't know that you're self-employed, right? So it takes a level of bravery, right?
Yep.
What was the driving force behind that change? What were you thinking when you said?
All right, let me tell you what going on. So working in the call center, we went to different departments. So I changed over to a sales campaign. Sales campaign was relatively easy, but still not what I wanted to do, basically. I applied for another sales job, which was paying me more. But I lied on my application. I'm not telling a lie. I lied on the application to get the job, to get some more money. Bruv, the job was like Wolf of Wall Street. I hated the job. I like it. So the job was giving me stress and anxiety. And as a Jamaican myself, I've never known what stress is.
Yeah.
I never know what anxiety is. But I wake up in the morning and I don't even want to go to work, bro.
So what are you saying? Anxiety. So are you saying guys can get anxiety as well?
100%. 100%. That job gave me anxiety. Like PTSD I get from that job. I ain't gonna lie.
Is it?
So when I wake up in the morning, I realize that, listen, I have to have a shower to go to this job. I just want to go back to sleep. You know, I wake up. You understand? But what happened was, training for a PT was always in the back of my head.
Yeah.
But, getting the regular money, regular income coming in all the time, I was comfortable at the time. But that job just showed me that, listen, this is not what I want to do. Yeah. So I took some time off. I think I took 5 months off, fund myself through what I've saved from that job and just done the PT course. And, I've been a PT ever since. And it's the best decision I've made, man.
Yeah, because it's funny, like you should say that, right? Because when I used to do security, right, I share the same, and just show that in life, everybody share the same experience. Because when I was doing the security work and the whole thought of getting up and going to a job, right?
Yeah,
that you hate.
It's the worst feeling.
It is the worst feeling, but maybe it's because I'm from Jamaica. We don't really have that social network system where there's anything to fall back on. So there's a part of my upbringing that really said you have to go and do it. I joke all the while that I was working out in Saracen. I had to work with a knife.
Yeah,
because that's a serious part of Scotland. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I work out in Saracen. You know what I mean? It was that was an experience. You know what I mean? We had to go to work and I'd be like, I might not make it home because it's not easy. We might sit here and laugh about it, but I was going to some of these places where the cooperative put the shops, and they weren't the best part in Scotland. There's genuine time I leave my house and I'm thinking like, I might not come back home tonight. You know what I mean? But
yeah, man.
You know what I mean? And get attacked on the job, but it's just part of life. It's part of who really make who I am today. You know what I mean? So back to yourself though. Back to yourself. So then you realize, all right, I'm going just be brave and become a personal trainer or a coach. Like I said, everybody please train with me. Yeah, coach is different.
Coach is different, man. But you see, the thing is, and a lot of people don't understand that being a self-employed person is never easy. Yeah. It's never easy. I have my family as well. I have my kids, and there's never a month or never a year when it's consistent. There's so many things that we need to take in consideration about. Money's dropping. Yeah. Attrition, people are leaving, and these things stress you. Yeah. So I consider myself, as a 36 years old, I look probably younger. But if I wasn't a PT, I would look even younger. I ain't gonna lie. If I wasn't a coach, I would look even younger because this coaching in life put another 2 or 3 years into my life. Yeah. Thinking about, how money is gonna come, how we're gonna make that security. But it's something that I really love, you know what I mean? And
that's why we're trying to get out of this conversation because, I've got my clothing brand called TOPFORM Wear, and the whole brand or the whole idea behind the brand is about a mindset, a philosophy, right? As I said, to be in top form is to be in peak physical fitness, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, ultimately, economically. We tend to put that on top of the pyramid, right? Because in order to achieve anything, you have to be willing to make the sacrifice, right? So sometimes what I'm trying to extract from you, did you feel like you have made a sacrifice in terms of I have a 9 to 5 that is secure, but I'm not happy? Right, so talk about some of the freedom, because we know we just talk about the cons, right? You go into the cons, but what are some of the pros in you being a coach? How does that benefit your life? How does that make you feel?
You see, the thing is, everyone is an influencer now. Everyone can influence someone in some way. You know what I mean? And as a coach, I believe that, if you have a level of life, you have a lifestyle that you live, and you live up to that lifestyle continuously, religiously, people are watching. Yeah. So the benefits what I got from being a coach, working with someone, I'm going there to satisfy their needs, even though obviously, I'm doing the best I can to do my job to the best of my ability.
Yeah, it's exchanging goods
and services.
Yeah.
But me never feel like I was getting anything from that, you know what I mean? Because I'm benefiting somebody else, where I know where my level of influence is. My level of influence is on the football pitch, showing people what my skills and my talents are, and, show the little boys and the little girls that they can do the same thing.
Yeah.
So I know that, being in a call center wasn't the place for me. So the benefits I got from that is I have a platform now, even though I'm not the richest coach, but I can take a person from A to B and, you know, give them a platform to take them from B to C.
So you're saying like influencing people's life or knowing that you're making a change. And making an impact. Are you saying is that you get more reward from that? I think a lot of people see working as a personal trainer or as a coach or just, for me, it's become an industry. And it's just, it's not, a lot of people don't understand if you're getting in the fitness industry, you should truly want to do it, want to change people. Want to impact people.
100 people, 100%.
You have to get more, I know you have to pay the bills, but we are dealing with, because I remember like you're going to college, right? And I look here, I had a lecturer who was pretty much blunt. So he's like, if you think you're getting the coaches, if you're getting the football players and the top athletes to coach, then forget it. You're getting your average Joes to coach who's you need to be patient, you need to understand, you know what I mean? So,
and that's the thing, there's a touch a topic, you know what I mean? When I done my PT course and I came out on the field, one of the first things that they said to you, you need to find a niche. You know, a niche that you want to work with. So I came out as a young boy, you know, decent physique, decent enough physique. So I was expecting to train young people, train young men. But you know what I mean? I dropped my job, you know, I have no income coming in. On the gym floor, you have no choice. You know, people are going to walk up to you and say, okay, I want to train with this guy. You have older woman, younger person. And at the beginning, it was frustrating because obviously, those are not the people I want to coach. You know what I mean? But me still have to take them on.
Rude awakening.
It's a rude awakening. But this is why I know that being a PT or being a coach doesn't directly, you know, give a reflection of the result that you give a person. It's how you change a person's lifestyle. So when I just started, I know that it's going to take me a longer time because I'm working with people that I don't know. You know, I have women that I don't know how their menstrual cycle work. I'm working with older guys that I don't know how, you know, to work with them when their metabolism is slow. I'm working with, you know, women that are just back from pregnancy. So these things have helped me and developed me as a coach too.
So you have to go in search of a lot of reading. Continuous development.
Continuous development. So continuous development and all of these things. So that's what made me a decent enough coach.
Before we get down to that though, looking at your physique, right? You can tell that you're training a lot, right? Because I know you're training for your pro card, right? So we'll need to talk about that, right? But we won't get down to that. Being somebody.
Let me correct you. I'm not nowhere near a pro card.
Yeah, but that's a goal. Like we talk about that. That's a goal. You say you want to achieve it. So this is what it is. We have to have a goals, right? This is what this podcast is about, right? Goals, right? We want to talk about somebody who identify where they are in life and know where they want to get to in life, right? So we're going to look at the steps and the procedures. So we just
get you
laying the foundation for that, right? But just one quick question now. Somebody who is in shape, do you find that as a blessing or as a curse? Because people come and look at you, all right? Somebody will never train a day in their life and be like, you're in good shape. How do I look like that? Do you find that happening sometimes?
I mean, depends on how you look at yourself, you know what I mean? Because some people are just big-headed, you know what I mean? And they look at themselves as being this God gift and it's God sent.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say, like, does somebody say to you, you're in good shape? How did you look like that? And you might pick up a client from there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get you.
But what I'm trying to, but then we'll probably get on to that shows you the appreciation for hard work.
Okay, I get you.
Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
For somebody to see,
of course, mate.
You know what I mean?
Of course, and we're gonna go back to the point where I'm saying, yo, you know what I mean? We are influencers. You know what I mean? When you put your clothes on and go out the street, you have somebody that want to look like you. So everything that we need to do in life, we need to be careful of what we do and how we influence people because everyone wants to be like someone regardless of what they say. So when a person come up and give me a compliment, oh, I want to work with you. Obviously, I'm gonna take that as a good thing. You know what I mean? And this is why I personally believe that if you're gonna coach, if you're gonna be a coach, you should be able to live that lifestyle.
Yeah, of course. Because you're at the end of the day, like, whether you like it or not, you are a representation.
Yes,
it's
of your own self.
The beauty, as much as the bar of entry into PT is so low, it can be low, right? And I'm not being disrespectful.
Yeah.
It's one of them things like we're seeing it all the while. It's popping up online. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Within 6 weeks, you can become a PT. Sometimes even 4 weeks.
Yep,
So
true.
why you look like many industries, and this is why sometimes it's becoming more harder and harder for a personal trainer, because it seems to, you might look at it and say it's oversaturated. Or it's becoming oversaturated.
Yeah.
Right. Because what we'd probably say the bar is you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. So, but at the end of the day, it's about you can be a product.
Yep.
Set yourself apart. So you know that, all right, I'm not and it's hard, right? To talk about that. Talk about how do you find that balance, right? So now we're going to talk about being a coach.
Yep.
Right? Having a family.
Yep.
Right? Want to stay in shape. How do you make time? Because you know what I mean, it's easier said than done. How do you strike that balance?
It's the thing is, time is precious. Time is precious, but time can be made if you want to make time. And there's one thing I said to myself, you know what I mean? When you live in a life where so many things are going around, there's only one you. You understand? And there's only one person that can make that non-negotiable. You know, in my life, my non-negotiable is my training. You see, if I find a girl that don't like me to train, it's fine. I'll be single for the rest of my life.
You talk like if you find a girl.
Yeah, but no, I'm just saying in general. You know, if me ever be single, I will find a girl that said to me, "Yo, you can't train." Well, fine. I'll be single for the rest of my life. That's my non-negotiable, because that's my level of happiness. You know what I mean? That's my level of happiness, and I'm not going to negotiate my level of happiness for no one.
Yeah. That's good. That's
you know what I mean?
So let's look at that now, right? So give me as a coach, right?
Yeah.
For other personal trainers, please train with me. You know what I mean? Coaches who is struggling. Give me one. Cause we want this podcast to be somewhere people you're not just listening, but you get something from it. Give me one act. Is that the right word? You know, these young people, they have the word they call this act, you know. Is that one they say they give you a trick how to make things easier. So give me one trick that you would tell somebody that this is what I do in order to make more time, or this is what I think. What's that one trick that you use to?
It's not even a trick, bro. It's not even a trick. I would say, like, going back to what I said, you know what I mean? You're your one self. And if you want to make time, time can be made. Yeah. The only thing that you need to do is prioritizing. Yeah. And to prioritize somebody else's life,
that's the key,
prioritizing. If you need to prioritize, if you have the ability to prioritize somebody else's life for the sake of yourself, why can't you prioritize yours? You know, so even if you have a family that you need to prioritize them going to school, going to nursery or whatever you do, that's priority. So you know that those are priority. So if you have the ability to prioritize somebody else's life to make their life functional, why can't you prioritize yourself? So it's all about priority, bro. Just look at yourself, look at your daily structure, look at your daily struggles, look at your daily routine, and find a way to put that 1 hour, that 2 hour in for yourself, just like how you put that 1 hour, 2 hours for somebody else. You know, prioritizing is the key.
Yeah, because I saw you post a video the other day, and I want to get to that. Right? How important would you say physical activity? Making time for your training. We're not even going to get down to the nutrition, because they say they are what you eat, you know. So if you're not eating healthy. As I post a clip on my page the other day, they said treat the body like a temple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that was good, so I decided to post that. As the guy said in the video, not a boardhouse, you know what I mean, but a temple.
Like a temple.
Right. But I want you to speak to that video, because I thought that video that you post was interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, like in terms, how important would you say workout? Because let me try and quote it as best so you can see that I actually read it, because a lot of people is on people's social media but they don't engage. So I think you said some of the most unhappy people are the most inactive people.
100%.
Right? Do you still know you had a chance? Let's put some meat on that.
100%. You know, and being as a coach, you know, I've worked with different people from different backgrounds, different people from different financial backgrounds and different financial stance. You all come back to the one thing. I don't look good in my clothes. I don't feel good in my clothes. No matter how much money you have in your pocket, if you don't feel good or don't look good in the mirror, you're still not happy. And I've seen it so many times, you know, and that's why I said, like, the most unhappy people are the people that are inactive or not fit. And it's totally true. The problem that we have here, people look at fitness as, you know, you're in the gym and that's it. But being fit is outside the gym. The gym is just a carrier for the fitness. Obviously, it's a social enterprise in some way, but the gym is just a carrier. we need to think about beyond that.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? You come to the gym, you train for 1 hour, 2 hour, or however long you train. What benefits does it have outside the gym? You know, think about the people that you can impact. Think about the people that will invest in their health and fitness because of that movement that you make. So the problem is people look at fitness as just in the moment rather than looking at the long term. And as I said, like the most unhappy people are the ones that are
and you're right. This is why when I get to this place, or like I'll stand on that mountain and keep saying, you know what I mean? It's about a chain is as strong as its weakest link.
Yep.
Right. So even if you are financially stable, but you are not feeling
happy with yourself,
if you don't like what you see, because it's important to understand the law of the mirror. You have to like what you see.
Yep.
And this is why if you don't love yourself and appreciate yourself and don't see value in yourself, then if you have the ways and means and use it to destroy yourself,
100%.
This is why a lot of people then when you say it like that, you understand everything links.
Everything
As
links.
A wise man said, every discipline affects the next discipline. So
100%.
if you want to take the easy way out because you don't want to put in the work, then you can afford plastic surgery.
100%.
You know what I mean?
And then you hate yourself after it.
You understand? This is why you see a lot of celebrities use plastic surgery
100%.
and just keep destroying themselves because they're never happy.
They're never happy. They're never happy because, you know, you won't be happy until you find yourself.
Yeah.
And, you know, and to give you an example of this one, I'm coaching my little brother now. You know, he's a footballer as well, so he's always skinny. Gave him a structure, gave him a program. And he phoned me today while I was driving to the studio, actually. And he said to me, bro, I never believe that I had so much confidence. I thought I was confident before.
Yeah.
But the physical changes that I make now shows me how confident I am. So some people are just in a moment thinking that they're happy, but they're not. Yeah. Until they go to another dimension. And what I mean by that is a guy that used to use a lot of money, buy clothes, expensive clothes. And now he said to me, like, I'll buy an Aints t-shirt, and that's me. Because I look good. Yeah. I look good, so it doesn't really matter what I wear. And that's the example I'm trying to say to you. So some people just believe that they're happy in the moment and then don't see outside that box. And it's just because they're not fit.
Yeah, your fitness. You have to love yourself, innit? You have to love yourself enough because when you find it doesn't matter what you clothe yourself in if you know truth. And I can't sit here and trivialize it and make it sound like some people is just sometimes it was instilling them from a young age.
100%.
Right, and then so it's hard for them now to try and change that mindset.
Yeah, true.
And for me, right, I'm always mindful of when you go on social media and you see some people just trying to trivialize how difficult it is for some people to change their life. Right, I had to reach because even the changes I've made in my life, it wasn't easy, right? But you have to understand it's worth it. As Les Brown said, if it's easy, do it easy. If it's hard, do it hard. And that's the beauty of life. And that's what separate what you'd say now, the 1% of people who understand. Getting up, if I start work 8 o'clock, then I can be in the gym for 6 o'clock.
100%, bro. 100%.
Right? A lot of people say I picked up a book the other day because I love book. Like I live for books, right? I picked up a book, The Diary of a CEO. I haven't read it yet, but I saw this. I was in the shop.
Watch a podcast, you know.
It's good podcast. You know what I mean? Podcast, but there was this one quote in the book, right? If you don't make time for fitness, you have to make time for sickness.
100%.
Right? And a lot of people, and then it goes back. A lot of people, you have to, you only got one body to live in.
100%.
Right? So we have to look after it, right? But we live in a day and age, we have been think that, all right, paying the bills. Because whether you like it or not, if you're sick, the bills is coming. If you're healthy, the bills is coming. So the people them
even when they're dead,
they don't care. And this is why I'm big on philosophy.
Yep.
It's why I'm big on philosophy, right? Because once you understand philosophy, as a wise man said, having the right philosophy is like the set of the seals.
100%.
We live in a day and age now where a lot of people just get up and think that I'm just going to be living life and everything is going to fall into place. You have to have the right philosophy. It's just like how you said that you prioritize your fitness and you girlfriend, whosoever you are with, they have to understand.
Non-negotiable.
That's your philosophy.
Non-negotiable.
Right? And that's important. Right? So when I said philosophy, right? That's one philosophy. Give me one more philosophy that you say, this is something that I really...
I'm not really a philosophical guy, you know.
Guy.
And probably I've been...
Put him on the spot.
Yeah, you put me on the spot now. Put me on the spot now. But what I would say though, probably I'm not going to go in the philosophical term.
Mm-hmm.
But what I would say, everything in life take a structure.
Yeah.
Everything in life. Waking up take a structure. You need to set an alarm to wake up. So everything that you do in life, it take a structure.
Have a structure, yeah.
And believe it or not, regardless of how people may see these things, everyone want to look like somebody. Yeah. Everyone want to look like someone.
So who do you want to look like?
I want to look like Gerard.
Gerard, you know, you're right. When I used to train a lot, right?
Yeah.
I swear to God, 50 Cent, bro, like 50
Cent.
I'm like, I just wanted to. It's funny because back in the days, right? I didn't have much camera phone. I got one picture when I was proper. One picture when I was proper in shape, right? And that was a 50. So you're right, but you can't use it to a destructiveness. For me, that was a motivational.
It's a motivational thing.
I go to the gym. I got a vision. It's unfortunate, no, right? I know you touch on that, right? I will probably lead back into social media and the positive and the negative. Like, I think a lot of people who go to the gym nowadays, they got too much people influencing them.
Yeah.
So they don't have an idea of what's right, what's looking good, what's not looking good, because like I said, you know what I mean? For me, 50 Cent, when I was in the gym, I said, all right,
50 Cent was my boy as well.
Jacked.
50 Cent, I remember when 50 Cent come out there, I'm wearing Timberland. Jamaica is 40 degrees and I'm wearing a jacket. Of course.
I'm talking about the physical aspect, you know. So you are right. We should have somebody to motivate as an example. That's why you have to be careful. So I understand what you're trying to say. Influence is important. And we are all being influenced, whether we want to believe it or not. Everything is there to influence our behavior, our mindset, our attitude. And I know, like, when we were driving in the car a while ago, I know you put on what used to be one of my favorite artists. And I said to you that I don't listen that kind of music anymore. Right? And you're like, but the reason why, it is penetrating deep into my subconscious. And I am very, as Jim Rohn said, I over the past 4 years and so, I've developed this mindset. I have to stand guard at my mind. Right? And when I consume certain content and the time come, because we have a thing they call the subconscious mind and this universe. Right? So if I'm constantly listening to violence music, then my end product, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. He think in secret, but it's come to pass.
Yes, I get you.
Is nothing but a looking glass, right? So for me nowadays, I don't want to listen to somebody saying, right? I listen to positive stuff. I read stuff. I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of, which brings us back to where we actually started.
True.
Because I know when we were first friends, we followed. And that's why I said this podcast is about connecting and showing people that sometimes you might fall out with a friend, but it's just because sometimes we are in friendship and we are not mature enough.
True. To see the real
you understand
value.
what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, right, I will sit here and tell you the reason why we fall out, it was me living ill discipline. And feeling that, all right, I've got a friend, and a lot of us have friends and we do stuff and think like our friends should be picking up behind us. And when our friend refused to pick up from behind us. So I'd probably sit here and say, thank you for that. You know what I mean? Because when we fall out, then I had to go away.
And look back at yourself.
And look back and said, all right, because it's even sometime in life, if we have people to rationalize our behavior, then we won't grow.
Get you, bro.
Right? So sometimes I would sit here and tell somebody, examine your life. And if you have somebody who you know, this person mean me good. Because you understand what I'm saying? And
100%,
and stuff happens. So that's even the day when you text me, I'm like, you know what I mean? Give thanks and give me a chance.
It's about accepting, bro. It's about accepting. And you see, everyone have a different way of thinking, you know. Everyone have a different way of thinking and different way of looking at things. But, you know, as you said, if you can accept that realization and say, you know what, I realized that, you know, I was in a position where, you know, I was the one that caused this. Because not many people are accountable. It's all about accountability. And if you weren't accountable, then we wouldn't be sitting here. You know what I mean? And that goes back to fitness as well. It's all about that level of accountability. And when I said everyone want to look like that, look like a person is real. Everyone want to look like someone, and everyone is an influence, no matter how you take it. But the problem that we have most days now is the fact of the journey that person have took to look the way they are.
Yeah.
What have they done? Are you willing to put yourself through that?
Yeah.
And the issue is people are not using a person that they want to look at as, a platform for them to drive to look as close as it, because you're not going to look like that person, whatever.
Definitely,
that's the thing.
Yeah, looking like somebody. I think looking like somebody and wanting to be somebody is different. You know what I mean? So I know we briefly touch on accountability. For me, right, what I understand about accountability now, and as a wise man said, that's the day you grow from a child to an adult. Is when you're willing to take responsibility for your action. So even working with, because I want this conversation to be rooted in fitness and growth and showing everything really linked. Because as for me, working with some of my clients, some of my worst clients are the ones who think that once they pay you the money, the job is done. They don't want to take I've been lucky and blessed, right? Everything I've accomplished over the years, I can always attribute it back to personal training. Please training me, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. But it taught me so much. Right. Like for example, becoming a personal trainer, it's not just easy. You shouldn't take it easy. I remember I was away for a weekend, and I'm not one to ever get drunk, right? And spend like properly, and I was just working constantly for 2 years. At my busiest, I was doing 4 boot camps a week, just on the gym floor for no less than 8, 9, 10 hours. I mean, the money was good.
Money was good, yeah.
Money was good, you know what I mean?
Money coming in,
you know what I mean? So we went away, and I get drunk, and that's probably the only time I actually get like really drunk. And I wake up the morning and I examine. As a wise man said, a life not examined is not worth living.
Get you.
Right? So I had to examine my behavior. And I come to the conclusion, because I'm taking on so much, working with people who normally abuse them body. And I'm not saying it in a disrespectful term.
Got you.
Persons who have the weight issues, these are the people who really abuse the drink,
food.
You understand? And this is why they need my help. And I'm realizing I'm taking. And to be honest, that was when I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm fully in love with personal training nowadays, because I set myself a time scale. Because I don't want to be carrying that around.
That burden for so long.
It's a, like, seriously.
It's a heavy burden, bro.
When somebody comes to you for personal training,
it's a heavy burden.
And some of the times, and life is so unfair. Some of the times you got some people that sometimes, and the good thing, right, I've had a few clients where I've identified health issues and send them to the doctors, like I'm doing the fitness test, check the peak flow, and be like, that's not healthy. They go to the doctor and they check the you know what I mean, they have asthma, and I've pick up on a few things.
Got you.
You know what I mean? So it's rewarding, you know what I mean? And I'm lucky, like I've got clients with me. I think last time I watched a podcast, this guy said you shouldn't have client for more than 6 months, otherwise, and I told you know what I mean?
That's foolishness.
That's foolishness. I've got clients that's been with me for
years.
Like 4 years. I've got clients with me for like 4 years, you know what I mean? Because
what people forget, being a coach or a PT is not, you're not only a coach, you're a counselor, and even though you're not qualified in counseling, you have to be able to give that advice. You have to be able to listen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a big burden. It's a big burden. But as you go back to philosophy, what I would say as a coach, you should be able to give a client or a person the necessary tools to train by themselves.
Yeah.
And I have people for years. 2 years. But I'm pretty confident that if I said to them, okay, go ahead and train, they can train. But what you need to realize is there shouldn't be a time frame for you to have a person. If a person confide in you or see you as a person that helps them to be better, why are you gonna turn them away?
Yeah, I think some PT or some fitness business now is a purely exchange of money.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've got clients who just look forward to see me hang out.
100%.
You know what I mean? I be myself around them, you know what I mean? I still sing and dance.
100%.
You know?
100%.
And the beauty being like a Jamaican, like, I just feel like sometimes we just chat. She's always trying to learn something new. What you're singing today, you know what I mean? So, and that's a good side.
It's a good side.
But like I said, sometimes you might have some people who don't appreciate that. It takes work. It takes
time.
Discipline.
It takes time.
Discipline.
It takes time because the fitness industry, for your business to thrive, you have to think about results? You know, how can you show social proof? And it's gonna come back to where I said, you know, having a niche. And for me, as a person, I knew my transformations are
so what's your niche? So let's get you.
I don't have a niche.
You have a niche, so you have to.
I don't have a niche. I don't have a niche. But there are people I want to train. You know what I mean? As I said, when I went on the gym floor, I pick up people who are, you know, 50s. I pick up people in their 30s that I wouldn't expect to work with.
This client was about 84 at one.
There you go.
I got range.
There you go. That wasn't a niche for you. So that's the thing. I don't have a niche. I train people who are willing to train and willing to change their life. However, though, I have a set of people that I enjoy training more than other people. Don't get me wrong. You know, people that are focused, who are driven, who have that one dimensional, you know, vision that they want to do this and do that. Eventually, I have people that are, you know, that are looking to go on stage soon.
Yeah.
And that's the road I would like to go down. But as a coach, I don't think you should limit yourself to one particular person.
That seems to be I mean, it's good to get to speak to you about that though, because that seems to be a big thing just now. What are your take on in terms of what's called aesthetics training? Is that aesthetics? I see them. You know what I mean? Like what? Because I know you have a few clients. I saw your post. Is that something that?
Yeah.
What do you make of that just now? Is that the good side? For me, right? And the reason why I ask, and maybe if I explain why I ask for somebody who I know you work with a few coach.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe I know you coach a few people who's actually do it, I think. So for me, right? I see it. I've got mixed feelings towards it, right?
Yeah.
I remember seeing this lassie in the gym the other day said that she was cutting.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't like to be living with her because she just looked grumpy. And this is why I guess sometimes we all have to set limits. We all have to have it's good to step out your comfort zone.
Yeah.
But I think the people who do it for a living, if they're giving them the choice, they wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? Because living off 1,000 calories and
it's tough.
Just to see the to see her diaphragm.
Exactly. But if you look at it on this spectrum, you know what I mean? Look at it from this spectrum where, as I said, everything in life takes structure.
Yeah.
And everything that you need to do that is beneficial for you in some way, whether physical, mentally, or emotionally, have to take sacrifice.
Yeah.
So if you look at it from this level, you know, you're living off 1,200 calories to have a 6-pack.
Yeah, but a lot of them only get a diaphragm though.
Only get a diaphragm. Whatever you get, you know, if you can see a diaphragm, they're good.
1,200 calories to see a diaphragm.
Exactly. So we look at it where people are having 1,200 calories, 1,000 calories to see their abs or their diaphragm, as they say. If you're studying to be a doctor, how many hours sleep do you get? Yeah. You understand what I mean? So everything that you need to do in life, if that's what you want to do, you need to sacrifice something. So if you want to have a profession, you need to sacrifice sleep. That's not going to make you happy.
What I'm trying to establish, would you do it if it wasn't I know you aspire to like and I'm going to keep saying till you speak to it. I know you aspire to get up on the stage and do that side, right? Compete.
Yeah.
But would you just do it as a for a daily thing though, right? Would you do it for just a daily?
No, I mean, I'm not gonna get up every day and starve myself. You know, if I have the choice where I can eat freely for a long period of time and still keep the same shape, I will eat forever. You know, but what I would say in my term, because the question is directed to me as a coach. Mm-hmm. I believe that, you know, you should be able to take yourself through every dimension. Okay. You should be able to show or take yourself through a cut. You should be able to take yourself to a maintenance phase, and you should be able to grow. Okay. Because each and every stage of this journey is a learning curve for you. So if someone come over to you and say, I want to cut, you know what to do. If you want to maintain, you know what to do, etc., etc. So me personally, I wouldn't recommend it to do it every single day as a religion. Mm-hmm. But if you want to see your abs, it's a structure you have to go through.
I see a diaphragm.
If you want to see a diaphragm, there's a structure, and these are the structures for you to follow.
Sacrifice. Listen to me. Sacrifice. So I cannot sit here and tell you like sacrifice, like everything in life. And as a wise man said, the greater the sacrifice is the greater the reward. He who sacrifice a lot will achieve a lot. He who sacrifice a little will achieve a little.
100%.
For me, that's. I mean, if you would never go on one of my platform and don't see, I think it just comes off, it just rhymes off, right?
Naturally,
because my life changed when I understand. All right, sacrifice. If you want to if you want to live a fulfilling life, you want to feel like you are not really held hostage on this blue spinning planet. You want to feel like you are capable of achieving. You are going to have to learn to make the sacrifice.
100%, bro.
Right, the long term. You know what I mean? As I said, you have to see it from a long term and a short term basis. All right? If I do this today, then this is what I will get
tomorrow.
Return. Right. And once anyone and to be honest, people who don't really want to achieve anything don't want to make the sacrifice. And you can't. Everybody, listen to me. Like, it's everybody life. I would never be so presumptuous or feel like I got the right to tell somebody. I even when you go on most of my platform, I never over there and saying like you are not being a good person or a good human being because you don't appreciate what I'm saying or you don't appreciate. You know what I mean? Like I put it out there. As I said, bring the ass to the water. You can't force them to drink it. Right? What I don't like is people to trivialize, right? Or make it sound as if you got some people will see you now and say you take steroids. I've had it said to me before, and to be honest, right? It's like for people who don't take steroids, that's actually an insult. Yeah. Because imagine if I'm taking steroids, I could be twice this size. Right? So, you know what I mean? And I've had people said to me before, like, oh, you're walking about the gym.
Genetics.
And it's full of steroids. But I'm like, you did not see when I was 90 kilograms. No, not 90 kilograms. I was about 7 stone when I come to the UK. You didn't see me when I was 7 stone.
You're skinny.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't appreciate what I had to do, you know, but then, so even for yourself. So talk about a bit now. What's your training like? What's your training? Which bring us into a bit more because it's important that people want people to know you, and then we're gonna find out where those people find you. So what's your training like?
What's my training like? So I'm a late starter now. Even though I'm a late starter. I start bodybuilding.
Once the student is ready, the teacher will show up.
I start bodybuilding a bit late, man. I was about I'm 36 now. 36-year-old now. I start bodybuilding 4 years ago. That's when I started the proper progressive training. Before then, you know, football was my thing. So I couldn't really train, you know, weight training that much. You know, it's more about flexibility and all these, you know, aesthetic training kind of thing. So I only started bodybuilding properly 4 years ago. So I'm a late starter. I'm an old boy. But my training is just progressing overload. I just choose a body part I want to work on and focus on hammering that for as much as I can. And it's all about, you know, repetitions, putting the reps in, eating quality food, eating good amount of calories, and that's it. So it's all about progressive overloading, you know.
Yeah, so you train like, are you like a 3-4 days a week or?
So obviously rest is important. Me aim for about 5 days.
5 days.
5 days a week, and split that between push pull lower. You know, train lower twice a week. 1 glute focus, 1 quad focus, and I train. You know, my big focus for this year was my lats, so I train back twice a week, and train push once. Sometimes I rotate it to 2 push days, 2 pull days, and just have 1 lower day. Depends on how my body feels. Okay. But that's the structure.
And what's your favorite part of your body to change?
Legs, man. I like legs.
Like your legs.
I like legs. I grew up with a skinny leg, you know, so I like smashing them, you know. Them still not at the right level yet, still, but time will come.
So what's your calorie intake like? What's your?
So just now, I don't really count my calories that much. I don't really count my calories that much. You know.
Why is that? Is that because it becomes second nature now?
Second nature to me. Me eat the same foods, so I know roughly what my body takes. However, people, if you're watching, count your calories is important. Unless you're knowledgeable.
Is that one of the biggest myth just now? What's one of the biggest myth in the fitness industry that if you get like you know, like when you watch Men in Black, right?
Yeah.
They get that pen that you put it on and you're like zip, like we're going to forget that. We're going to go zip. What's that one thing you would change? What's that one thing you'd let them forget about?
There's a few myths, but one of the 2 biggest ones are, you know, fat makes you fat. Carbs make you fat, you know. Cardio make you skinny. You know what I mean? So these are some of the myths that I would take off. And cardio is a very important tool, because if you take a look at growing muscles, you need oxygen, and oxygen comes from cardio. You need, you know what I mean, for you to have, you know, protein synthesis that comes with oxygen. And if your cardio is not that great, you won't be able to get the oxygen in the muscle. So, you know, cardio is a great tool. However, if it's overdone excessively, obviously, you may lose your gains. But if it's done in the right way, structured in the right way, then it's quite beneficial. Okay. So I would say cardio doesn't kill your gains if it's done properly. Okay. So that's one of the biggest myths.
How many days a week do you do cardio?
5 days a week.
5 days a week.
20 minutes. 20 minutes incline walk, moderate intensity.
That's on top of, because sometimes when I go home and I check my phone, I've put in about 13,000, 14,000 steps on the day.
Yeah, same. That's on top of my steps as well. I'm quite busy that way. However, though, when you're going into bodybuilding kind of training and you're cutting for a particular event, a photo shoot or a show, then your cardio intensifies. But it just depends on your goal. I always advise people do your cardio a day, even if it's 10. Every one of my clients have a cardio target at least 20 minutes a day.
20 minutes. That's all right. That's I mean, like it's good. It's good to hear you say that, because what we find nowadays that for me the fitness industry, the bro science is online.
Yeah, true.
Is online. If you notice, even on my platform, I don't really post. I don't post. Like I said, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I do personal training, but I'm not overly in love with it.
In love with it, yeah.
Because my clothing brand has take up. I find a new...
find a new passion.
A new passion, you know what I mean? Like, I find a new passion, and that's nothing wrong with that. The essence of life is growth, right?
Yep.
When I think I love personal training because from what I able to achieve from it, and a lot of people don't know me as a big name in it, you know what I mean? But I've been able to pay my bills.
Get you.
For years, so that's good enough. I've been able to accomplish stuff out it. I've been able to start stuff out it, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not one going to walk about and be like, you know what I mean? For me, I've given myself you know what I mean? So no, and it's a space for me, evolve or die. Like, if I was still in love with it, I would probably chase in the online route.
Yeah.
Are you big at? Can people find you online?
Yeah, man. If you head over to my Instagram page, reactive_.
Mm-hmm. Give us. So tell somebody, for somebody who's doubting you and being like, somebody's going to doubt you. Point them to one thing on your social media, whether it's an online client or an in-person client. That one person who you know that have truly transformed that person.
Yeah.
So click on that per picture, and then that you will see my greatness.
My greatness.
Your greatness.
No.
Aside from the word greatness. As Les Brown said, you got greatness in you.
Yeah. You see, the thing is, I'm not here to sell myself, Why?
But why not? Why
not? I'm not sell myself because
but this thing, right?
See, the thing is,
no. Listen, before you stop, let's dismantle that belief. Let's dismantle that belief, right? If you don't want to sell, everything we do, we sell ourselves. Right, sales is a part of life.
That's true.
This is why the people who sell themselves the best are the most financially. Whether they get found out, because you got a lot of people that know how to sell themselves that good that they don't pay attention to the other aspect. So if we go and rock together, because we have to know that everything you do, and you are good at selling yourself. This is why you keep yourself the way you keep yourself, and you know that I'm not going to be compromising on my time to look after myself.
Yeah.
Right? That's because at the end of the day, right, we are in an industry where you are the product.
True.
And as much as we live in a day and age where everybody and anybody, and that's good. But at the end of the day, when you are out there, it's a person that somebody's looking at and motivated and say, I want to look like you.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. I don't need to sit here and sell myself, because at the end of the day, we have followers. And when you have followers, technically, out of that 10,000 followers that you have, 5% of that are, 2% of that 10,000 followers, or even 1% of that followers, you can be a leader. And this is my belief. If you are doing something that is beneficial to other people, and this is why I said when people are watching, people are always watching, you're always influential. I can just guide you to my page. You'll see that I'm doing what I'm doing. Yeah. The same thing I preach, I practice. And if you can practice what you preach, you don't need to sell yourself. People see that you're living the life that you're telling people to live. So I'm not going to say to you, okay, go on my page and click on Paul's transformation, or go on my page and click on, Lydia's transformation to see, because everyone have different.
Yeah, but the proof, you showed that. This is
the proof is there. The proof is there. Okay, the proof is there on my page.
We have to find people. Like, as a wise man said, the person who does not advertise his service,
true.
sooner or later go out of business. Like, if we can't get to that place, where we be like, oh, I'm that good, people will find me.
True.
Because like sometimes in business and in 90s, this is why like the the most successful businesses are always out there advertising and saying, hey, we are over here. And once they come out, they realize, all right, this person is right. So if there's one thing we want to take away from this, always sell yourself. Never stop selling yourself.
Yeah, but man. I don't believe that. I won't sell my soul. 100%.
That's because as he said, right, Judas sell his soul. Yeah. And he couldn't live with himself. Right? A lot of people is selling them. A lot of people sell their soul in the fitness industry. They know that they are taking steroids. They're not doing the hard work. Yeah. Right? They are not. And they're out there telling people and belittling people and berating people. People feeling less than. So those are the people. And they do get found out. You know what I mean? But sell yourself. You're good. This is what you shouldn't believe. This is what can be achieved if you're willing to do the work. Yeah. And if you're willing to work with me, then come over here.
Yeah, but the thing is, bro, when I say sell myself and in that statement, you know, I was referring to the question that was asked and how the question was positioned. But, you know, my platform is there, Instagram, reactive_coaching. Go there, click on my reviews, you can see my reviews. Click on my testimonial, you can see my testimonial. These are real people. Click on my transformation, you can see these transformations. And, you know, when it comes down to other people, that, you know, transformation will be different because obviously we work with different people. But the proof is there. But the main proof of what the point I was trying to make is the main proof is not, oh, I've transformed that person. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you and that person are two different people.
I'm back.
You're back again.
Yes, you're back. No, I used to, you know, right? I don't like referrals. Right? I know you were saying so briefly. I don't like referrals, right? Some of my worst clients come from referrals. Yeah? Yes, I don't. 2 words I don't
because like. Because they have a belief system that you can transfer.
Because they see people get the results, so and some of them don't appreciate. So it comes back into the appreciation. You see your friend or your family lose weight, looking good. Yeah. But they don't appreciate the hard work. Like, I think, don't get me wrong, referral is good. It's a lifeblood as a personal trainer.
It's the best way.
It's the best way, and for me to sit here, but it's come from my experience. Yeah. Some of the laziest clients I got them through referrals. Okay. Like, some of the worst clients I got are the ones who come to me in the gym and say they need somebody to boot them up the backside. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And for me, at some point, they feel like it's something. So I listen for the buzzwords, right? As I guess, for working for so long, when somebody come to you and tell you, like, they need somebody to give them a kick, those are like, they are for me personally. So even if I'm doing a consultation and somebody said that to me, I'm probably broke at the moment and I'll be like, all right, let's work together. But I know for your fact that it's not going to go anywhere because some of these, you understand? So you got your different words you listen for and the different people that.
This is where, how do you fix that though? How do you fix that? It's one of them things where you have to be truthful to yourself and give them realistic expectation, you know? You understand what I mean? So you come over here, you see David's results, you want to look like David. Okay, what are you willing to do? You know? So this is why the consultation process is important. It's finding out exactly what their structure is, how they're looking to benefit these, and you give them a realistic expectation. So for me personally, referrals are the best thing ever. And you're gonna get people that come over to you and say, okay, I want to look like that guy. How can you help me to look like that guy? Okay, are you willing to put that work in? These are the expectations that you need to send. So that's how you fix that. You know, just be realistic and just be honest.
Yeah, no, we be realistic. You be realistic, and at the end of the day, 9 out of 10 consultation sometimes is about shake you. And again, this is a wise man say you're not really successful until you can walk away from money on the table. Yep. No, let's be honest. Very few people, if any, watching this as a personal trainer, will be doing a consultation, especially if you're charging a lump sum up front or you're getting somebody to sign on. Very few people is the odd time. It's far and few between. You will be able to tell somebody I'm not the right person for you. Don't get me wrong. There's probably personal trainers out there do it, but they are probably doing it from a place that they know that they can afford to say that.
They can afford to say that monetarily.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, but at the end of the day, the beauty about personal trainer, the cream come to the top. You know, so the ones who truly want the results, right? The ones who truly want the results, they stick around, they do it. And this is where we have to understand motivation, and we understand some people are just motivated for a short period of time. And that's it. They come in the gym, and I've got people paid me and they never come back.
They never turn up.
Like, brother, right? But that's just what it is at that moment. Like, if you have never had somebody pay you and do 2 sessions, then you're not in the business long enough.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Pay and do one. Never turn up.
One, and that doesn't make you. This is why it comes back to your campaign. That does not make you a bad person. Right? This is why you
make you question yourself, though. Sometimes you have a question naturally.
Like, but at the same time, right? As I listen to Jim Rohn, you know what I mean? Let the 50% do 50%, and the 10% will do 10, and the 100% will do 100%.
Yeah.
Right? You can't. This is why a lot of personal trainers burnt out themselves, because they're trying to let the 50%ers do 100%. Right? You know?
True,
I think Jim Rohn tell his story, said that he used to say he was running a business, and he's like, I'm going to make this business successful even if it kills me. And he's like, it nearly kills me. You know what I mean? Like, you are going to have your clients, when you look forward to some of them coming to the session. And you can't walk about and be like, I don't want to change because you're lazy. You got some clients, you got some clients when you check the diary and they are due, you're like, help me. You know what I mean?
That's true, bro.
But when it's showtime, it's showtime. Because what? In the idea, we have bills to pay, we have demands to meet, and we have to love them, we appreciate them. But given the chance, they would not be the first. Let's go.
And this is why I'm saying it's important. If you're gonna be a coach, you need to show people that you're living a life. So when it comes down to my training, I show them that I train. So, you know, all my clients that I have, I cannot tell one person that is not willing to work. You know, all of them are willing to work, willing to put the graft in. Because why? They see me put the graft in.
Yeah.
And that's why you need to live what you preach, practice what you preach. And it's important as a coach. You know?
Definitely. All right. So with that said, where can people find you for those who want to work with you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so my main platform is on Instagram. Reactive Performance _coaching. And you can find me there, or you can just type in Greven Harris. I'm the only person in Scotland, probably in the UK, by the name of Greven. So if you type Greven in, Grevon, you'll find me.
All right. I mean, your top you're wearing, because me have to give you in the last minute. People him wear a different shirt come to the shoot. I'm not telling you now. Be honest. What you feel about that one day? How is it feeling?
Bro, I wasn't prepared. How is it feeling? But the top is nice. The top is nice. Very, very, very comfortable.
Comfortable. Like,
very comfortable.
Tell the people, I'm not tell me.
So, you know, you don't know. Gavin is doing his brand. I wore a few of his garments before.
Yeah.
But, you know, as time goes by, I'm still small, but I grow to them now.
No, man, give that. But to be honest, right, thanks for coming, and I appreciate it, right? Because, like I said, this podcast, right, in the future, we hope to sit down, because for me, maybe I'm at a space now where I want to live a life of service.
Yep.
Right? I want to show. So we're going to have more conversation.
Lot to cover.
Show people, especially people who look like me and you.
Lot to cover.
Just discipline your life. It can be done. But sometimes we travel from Jamaica with a suitcase, as I said, a suitcase full of dreams. And you come in this country.
And realize you're an idiot.
Like it was the UK. I came to and realized that people can't pay you for the. Because we work in the hotel. And
bro.
We get the best. Sometimes we get the best of them come to Jamaica.
Yeah.
And we don't realize there's a next side
to these people.
Right. So we just right. So I'm on a journey. Right, I'm on a physical, mental, spiritual, emotionally, and ultimately economical. So even me building my clothing brand, it is coming from that point of view. That, hey, believe in yourself, right? Read the books, add value to yourself. So we're not even getting to, when we talk about some of the things, but personal development. We have to willing to develop ourselves.
Personally.
Right? I know we spend a lot of time, because that's where you work. That's where I work. We work in the fitness industry. Even working with your clients, it's the fitness is important, but them developing themselves personally, understanding that. You got some of them pay for the sessions, but they don't think they are worthy. So you must have clients like that. Oh, they pay for the sessions, but they are not enjoying it.
Yeah.
Because you understand that, you know, right? So as is the Japanese guy, they don't want to spend happy money.
No, but
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you understand? You don't want to spend happy money.
Yeah.
But you have to love yourself that much. Right? Like,
you need to be willing to make that change that much.
Like self-love, authenticity, love yourself, and
prioritizing, bro. You always come back to prioritizing.
Right. So that's what we're going to be doing. Hopefully we can sit down and talk again.
Yeah, man.
Right. That's what we're looking to do, and just to bless up some people, uplift some people.
Yeah,
and
man.
know that you are do it, me I do it.
Everybody can do it.
TOPFORM do it. TOPFORM do it, right, sir? I'm a friend. Tell the people what your changing name again. Reactive Performance Coaching
Instagram, or just type in Greven Harris
Reactive
Instagram.
Do it,
You will
and
find me.
TOPFORM do it.
you know, probably as I said, I'm the only one in the UK that has that name. You know, I was God sent.
Yeah, of course, because name
Bless
is hard to find, you know.
Name is hard to find.
When I was coming down, you know, this is how the mind works, and you know, because when I was coming down, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, when do a podcast?